Hi friends. So in this reading, we're going to pick a card or pick a video, and you are going to select, and we're talking this time about what turns them on. When people see you, what turns them on about you? So I asked Spirit about some other topics, and I got a resounding no. But they really like this one for you. So here we go. I did clear my space. I'm just adding a little bit of incense. And as you can see, I got some mood lighting for us. We're going to be using some different cards. And this is a reading that's 18 and over. If you're not 18 or over, please do click off. This is not for you. If you chose pile number 1, blue, this is what turns people on about you. It could be your partner. It could be people in general, or a combination thereof. What turns people on about pile blue? It's very watery energy. Okay. Wow. Okay. So for some of you, they see that you're deep in transformation. You're willing to change it up. If you have been intimate before, I feel like, okay, I'm just going to say your genitalia could be really, really beautiful to them. If you've been together before, I'm going to say that you're willing to change it up, and they really like that because it's a turn on to them. And you're also expressive. You can actually cry when you guys make love. That's for someone. And then reflection. Give each other some space at the moment. Trust and have faith that all will work out for the best. So perhaps this is a little bit of makeup sex. If you guys have been intimate before. And if not, then they simply just really look at you and fantasize about you in all different ways, shapes, and forms. And they also fantasize that you are open to many different sexual adventures. Let's just say it that way. So even though this is an 18 and up, I'm trying to keep it a little bit on the cleaner side for obvious reasons, okay? So what about you? Hi there. What about you turns people on? Right away I got the embrace. Through each other you find missing pieces. So they like to be held, they like the way you hold them, or they fantasize about you holding them. They fantasize about, specifically about you being the big spoon. You can't make this up. They want to be the little spoon, and they feel, whether you're male or female, that they would like for you to hold them, to bring their head close to your chest. And for females, they would just like to, frankly, like play with your nipples, suck on your boobs, that kind of a thing. And for guys, actually, it's really not that different, because you could also do some nipple play there, if that is your thing, okay? So I'd like to get a little bit more in depth about blue. Why do we fantasize about you? What turns us on about blue, pile? I think you guys are really caring and emotional, and if not, you're viewed that way. I feel like you guys are also the kind of people that wear your heart on your sleeve, or they perceive you that way. This could not be factual. Keep in mind, this is basically something that we think about when we look at you. So that could not be a fact, but it turns us on nonetheless. So this is what turns us on. Hi there. So let's see. We've got 2 jump cards. I told you they want to play with your nipples. They fantasize about playing with your nipples, having you kind of like worshiping you, basically having you just kind of relaxing, and they want to take care of all of you. You could have a really beautiful small waist, and your waist just really turns them on. Being half dressed can really turn them on. having sex with you with shoes on, with heels on, can turn them on as well. And I feel like even a little bit of a vibe of making them a slave, let's say. So you call the shots, and instant it could be role playing, and this could be saying, you know what, my heart is to be your slave. I want you to be my master, and you call the shots, because I would love to do anything for you. And they really love how your breasts look. They love your hair. Some of them might even have an armpit fetish. Don't judge me. It's out there, people. Look it up if you don't believe me, okay? So this person can like, I don't feel like they're at all into that, sorry. This person can this person can really like corsets and things like that. So they just want to worship you and make you feel like you are on cloud 9. That's their priority, okay? That makes them totally hot. And again here, so they would love to just have you welcome them. And they, look at how he's holding her wrist a little bit, like they just want to jump on you and kiss on you, maybe kiss your neck, suck on your neck. And they fantasize about your hair being in a pool beneath both of you, and then being able to kind of even play with it. So they definitely, they fantasize about jumping your bones. What turns them on about you, pile the one, is just you, frankly. And then they think that you're like the perfect snack, okay? And they would like to just have some edibles or anything, so that they wouldn't have to leave the area. They could really even fantasize about taking you camping and making love to you at the campsite, things like that, and even in public places. So that's what I'm getting with that. Pretty hot already, and we just started with the reading, eh? So what else? What else do we find? What turns us on about pile number 1, please? Pile number 1. Why do you turn me on? Let's find out. Oh, we're pulling 2 of these, okay. So the first thing is, okay, you could be seen a little bit as a Puritan, a little bit traditional, a little bit like prim and proper, and I feel like they want to unleash a beast within you, that kind of a thing. So they want to take you out of the confines. Maybe they feel like you've been a little bit repressed, or you haven't had sex in a while, or you haven't, okay, so this is only for some of you. Some of you guys have only, they are thinking that you've only had yourself to take care of, and your fingers, and so they can do a better job, and they're like, okay, those days are over for you. I fantasize about you being animalistic with hunger because you haven't been with anyone in a while, and I can take care of that. And see, so they also definitely are into wanting to look at your butt, having maybe even a dress or a skirt on so that they can actually pull it up, and have you not wear any underwear, have you wear thigh-high lacy anythings, and I think that they would really love that. For some of you, not everybody, keep in mind if this fits, but some of you, they are interested in having you kind of like model this, and they want to take pictures of you, and they want to be able to share that online with other people because it turns them on. And for some of you, this person that's like fantasizing about you is a cuck, okay? And so what I see here looming over is a shadow. It could be his shadow, but it doesn't really feel like that. It's like other people watching, kind of. And so they could be into that kind of lifestyle, all right? And it's not that they necessarily want to show you with everybody, although for maybe a couple of people that might be it, but they are excited to really show other people what it is that they have and they have access to. And for some of you, they would really enjoy like you being a switch, meaning like you're dominant, and then they're the submissive, and then they flip it around and they're submissive and you're the dominant, or whatever, you know what I'm talking about. So that is really what turns us on about you. Let's see what else. I think again, hair is a big thing, boobs is a really big thing, and frankly just your butt is looking so fun. So when they look at you, they picture their butt, even if they've never seen it, even if they only see you online, that's what they're thinking, okay? What else turns us on about pile blue? Let's find out. Interesting. All right, so this is the 10 of Swords. And this is almost like, okay, it's almost like some of them want to see what it looks like after the aftermath of like an encounter with you, of having sex with you, and maybe the room's all messy, and they're just kind of like, wow, we did all that. We pulled the sheets and threw the pillows on the floor, and who used the bed anyways? So they're just kind of like looking around, and just kind of reflecting and trying to catch their breath. Maybe this is like after you go home and they're kind of pensive and thinking about things, but that turns them on. It's like, wow, I got all this to kind of clean up, and I'm exhausted. And so that's kind of a turn on for some. So blue pal, what turns us on about you? Pile blue, let's find out. Okay. Your backside, your desire for freedom and desire for truth, your straightforwardness also. I think your character is really sexy, really attractive. Like you're willing to just walk away from situations. You're independent. You don't care what people think. And that's kind of like what I was feeling before, is like people feel like you're dominating and they like that. They would like that in the bedroom. I feel like a lot of people who have a lot of power are drawn to you, and people of all demographics actually. People that have power and don't have power, because they kind of like want someone to really be the boss of them in the bedroom, because they always have to make decisions and it can be quite exhausting. And so they view you as someone who you're like, you know what, give me what I want, and if you don't, I'll just walk. And that is kind of a certain bitchiness that we're attracted to. That's very sexy. For pile number 1, okay, what else do we like about pile number 1? Let's find out. Okay, so they fantasize about maybe wearing masks with you, about dressing up, about even having like dressing up in different eras, and pretend to be kind of like cosplay. Okay, some of these people can be into cosplay, and when they look at you, Pablo, they picture you dressed as a Ewok. Just kidding. But you know what I'm talking about. So this could be you just cosplaying anything anime. Any of those would fit. And they picture you again wearing heels and just being able to fit any build. They think that you can fulfill any need that they have, that you could actually change and become whoever they want. You can morph into whatever they want, okay? So what else turns us on about you? Let's find out. Look at this. So this person's making his escape, his or her escape. They have an escape route. They're on the veranda or whatever it is, and they're just trying to jump out the window and you know, get the F out. And it's like, maybe it's like illicit sex, like I shouldn't be with that person, and that really turns them on because they're taken, or because there is a really big age gap and they should not want you, but they really, really do, by the way, or whatever the reason is. They think that having this attitude where they can get caught, where it's totally forbidden, is really hot to them. Okay, They could, again, be into role-playing, like you're the stepmom or that kind of a thing. So that is not for everybody, but for some of you. What else do we, oh, I want to tell you also, they could also be saying, it's like, you know what, pile number 2 turns me on so much because I feel like the minute we're done having sex, they're going to bail. And especially if you're a girl, you could just be like, I'm out of here. And that's actually kind of sexy because it leaves them kind of like satisfied and confused all at once. So, and they're like, that kind of goes along with that little like bitchiness. Like you could look like you're high maintenance and they like that. Okay. And last card for my pile number 1. What do we find sexy about you? I'm lying. It's 2 cards. That's what Spirit wants. And Spirit gets. Okay. So 14. So that goes, it reduces to number 5. And this is about, you know what, you're waiting in expectation. And again, the vibe I get is, okay, you're going to come to me. You're going to do what I say. And we're in role play right now. So a lot of role playing, a lot of cosplay, a lot of dreaming and fantasizing, a lot of you protest too much, but this is what you really want kind of a thing. And again, look, I feel like there is an age gap. I feel like you could be older or they could be older, but whoever these people are, it's like they're putting on kind of like a mask, a facade, so that you don't necessarily see what it is that they're thinking. But they don't care if you're older. You are just so hot. They're like, you know what? I'm going to hide my face, but I want you. Come here. They're, in fact, all cloaked. So I feel like more than anything, what turns people on about you is the thoughts of like illicit sex with you. Okay? And that's what I have. If you enjoyed this type of reading, please do smash that button. Hit like, share, comment, subscribe. And hopefully I'll catch you later. Thank you. Moving on, we are reading for yellow. If you chose yellow, this is your read. Oh my goodness, already? No time to even mess around. Good jobs. I'm going to start with this one. Okay, so what turns us on about you? Okay, looking into your eyes, you can have really, really beautiful eyes. Our eyes are riveted on you. We want you to look at us like there's no one else in the world that you'd rather be with, but just us. We want you to look at us like we're strong, like you can't get enough of us. And when we breathe, it is literally the air that you drink. Soulmate. Your soulmate is already with you in spirit. Believe this, and they will manifest physically. So, yellow. Well, what turns us on about you is just your hair, your chest, your lips, but most of all your eyes. Like when we look into your eyes, we get so lost, and it's so deep and so riveting and so different from anyone else that we've actually met that we can't get enough of it. It's just like it leaves us feeling kind of stripped and vulnerable and turned on all at once. And check this out. So you saw them jumping cards. I'm not pulling them just to pull them. I kind of want to save the juicy one for a minute. Okay, so let's do this one. We're going to do this. Okay, so they feel like this connection, obviously it's talking about a soulmate, but this connection feels more like heart-centered because you're looking, like when they want to make love to you, they want to make love to you looking into each other's eyes. So this isn't really dirty sex at all just yet. This is really about coming together, and this is all about, hey baby, wait until I come, then you can come, that kind of a thing. And it's very heart-centered, very warm, very loving, very together. It says the past is behind you. Release it and embrace new possibilities. A new path is now available to you. Follow it with faith. So let's see where this leads us. And then, of course, you guys saw this card, and it's all about your, well, when people look at you, I feel like what turns us on is your body. It could be your hips, your thighs, your waist. It could be your belly. that's super sexy for those of us, especially women, that are insecure about our bellies. Don't be, because definitely there is a place for everything. So what turns them on is just the thought of massaging you, taking their time, using oils, maybe using hot wax on your body, and rubbing that all over your back, all over your sides, all over your stomach, and everywhere else. And so they're thinking about that, and it really turns them on. But this is more love-based. This is more like emotional connection with you. It says healing. Imagine yourself and your beloved surrounded by light. Feel your relationship being healed this very moment. So they could be into tantric sex, creative visualization, really wanting to give and please above and beyond all. And it's just, it feels like very loving. Now, for most of you, I feel like this pile yellow is more about people that are already partnered. Not all of you, but if you're not partnered, then you have been, I would say maybe dating, you know, not super long, but just dating, been with each other for a little bit. And I feel like this person has a lot of deep feelings for you. This was the other jumper that came out. So there's a lot of that on, like, they feel like they're on cloud 9 when they think about you. You turn them on. You are their beloved. I've been using that term a lot lately. And so this is like, my beloved, though we may be physically apart, spiritually, we're always united, for love transcends space and time. Nothing is missing. And so when they think about you, they think about massaging you and pleasing you and getting you all relaxed and fulfilled. And they cherish this connection with you, or the idea of the connection, right? So what else do we have for our pile number 2, our yellow pile? Yellow pile, let's, oh, hi there. I'm gonna take this. Let's find out, because this one was already flipped for us. Now, for some of you guys, this could be somebody that you know, but maybe you have not been intimate with, but they definitely esteem you highly. They know that you're really sensual. They feel like you have the ability to take care of yourself. You don't, I mean that physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. They don't see you as needing anything from them, and that is really why it's even more becoming and more sensual. You could be doing some belly dancing. You could have a cat. You could just be really a general mystic overall. We've got the High Priestess here. This is she who knows. She's got the book of knowledge, of wisdom. And so she has that really powerful intuition, but she's also connected to Mother Earth, to Gaia. You could have really full lips when we look at you. What turns us on about you are your lips. We want to suck on your lips. We want them around us. We want to stick our fingers in your mouth. You could have really nice breasts if you're female. If you're male, you could have really nice pectoral muscles. They love the carefree way that you are. They could have a foot fetish. They could really, the thought of like you being barefoot around them really turns them on. Hey, it's a thing for people, you know, this is a thing. And so they could really even want to give you or gift you an ankle bracelet or something like that. They love how you cloak your ideas, your mind, like they never really know where they stand with you, even if this person knows you, and that really turns them on, because you're all about sensuality and sexuality and being in tune, and you can read energy. And what turns them on, what turns us on about you, is that you can read how we're feeling when we're around you, or at least that's how we feel. Okay, and I'm getting a lot of energy in the back of my neck, on the crown chakra, so this is true for a lot of you. You can read energy, and it kind of intimidates them, but it also turns them on. I'm going to go ahead and move these because they're just awkwardly laying here, and we're going to focus on this. All right, so the High Priestess here. And somehow, look at, I'm getting all my cards mixed up. What is going on, you guys? I have no idea. I'm going to have to sit there and separate them later. But What else turns us on about pile number 2? Pile number 2, what turns us on about you? Let's find out. What? So you are totally sensual. There's a little bit of an element of sadness about you, like you maybe have sad eyes or you look lonely sometimes, and the thought of you kind of like even pleasuring yourself and even thinking about you being barefoot and even playing with your nipples or just being by yourself turns them on. Just something about you may have like really beautiful long hair, a little bit stringy or shiny, and you may not think it's all that, but it's gorgeous and it's everything to them. Look, their thoughts are that they just really want you. And what turns them on, what turns us on about you is like you are, I mean, she's got a mirror in bed, do that with what you will. And so there's a lot of roses, like you can be really sentimental, and they could sense that from you or project that onto you. Whether this is a fact or not, this is what they're thinking, what we're thinking, and it turns us on. Sometimes, I don't know, I guess people can be turned on by people crying, having tears, or being really vulnerable, or your femininity is really attractive, and that can just make them feel like really strong, whether it's same partner, same sex partner, different sex, I don't care, it's all sex, right? Just a moment. Sorry about that. And so, yeah, you could be really seen as having some sad eyes, or sometimes you can look off in the distance and we're riveted because in that sadness you're just really beautiful and they want to actually make you happy, like sexually. It turns us on. So that's what we're thinking. Okay, so what else? Pile yellow, pile number 2. What turns us on about you? Let's find out. Okay. Well, off the bat, yeah, I was looking at her bruises right here. And so for some of you that are in the BDSM community, you might know what that means, but basically she has gotten a beating. Okay, and so I'm not saying that lightly. This is consensual. So he has got his tool right here, a flogger, and he actually kind of bruised her up, and some people are into that. Consensual, it's fine if it's consensual. If it is not, obviously, then get out. You don't want any part of that. But this is consensual, and so they have a fantasy of wanting to make you feel good and use a flogger on you, which could be a really beautiful experience for those of you who've never tried it. That would be entirely up to you. They definitely, on top of their mind, they want to make you feel secure. They don't want to spook you, scare you off. That's not the intent. They're not here to like want to abuse you or anything at all. So it's just something different for you in the bedroom, but they fantasize about that when they see you. So they once want to take care of you and make you want to cry a little bit, and then soothe you as well with some aftercare. So that's for maybe 1 or 2 of you. And again, I am not condoning abuse whatsoever. This is all consensual sex, so take it as you will. So, pile number 2. What turns us on about you? Let's find out. So we'd love to see you half naked. We want a balance. We want to be able to give and get as well. They want to surround you with opulence and see you like almost naked in that. And what I mean by that are just like beautiful sheets and incredible surroundings, maybe beautiful chair, and they would like for you to be even the judge of what things are. Like maybe you guys can play court. I heard for somebody court TV. I don't know what that is. Like maybe fantasize about you being Judge Judy. Oh my goodness, this is crazy. But you know what I'm talking about, like that you could be a judge and then you would step up, and they would step up to you and then you would weigh, okay, this is not okay, and here are the consequences, and you're going to have to pay your penalty, sir or ma'am, or whatever the case may be. So there's a lot of different ways that you can role play, but they definitely would love to collar you. For some of you who know what that is, it's a thing. Look it up. For others that are not into that, this is just people's thoughts, okay? So your neck could be really, really beautiful. Again, you could have really beautiful breasts, or they think you do. And they would like for you to put judgment upon them. Like, okay, this could even be saying, like, after servicing her, this could be like they fantasize about, okay, was this in balance? Was it in line? And was that exactly what you wanted? You know, was it fair? And then you could leave it up to them to decide, no, I didn't like this, you're gonna have to fix it. More please is basically what that boils down to. And that's for some of you. When we look at you, we could really, really be riveted by your thighs, really want to like touch them, squeeze them, suck your thighs. That's for a couple of people out there. And Pal Yellow, what turned us on about you? Let's find out. Okay, yeah. So they would like for you to be on top of them, maybe a little smothering, maybe a little like unexpected sex, like when they come home from work, you just kind of jump them, and so that's what they think about, and that turns them on. Whether you know this person or not, that's irrelevant. This is basically just what turns us on about you, okay? They would love to suck on your nipples, lick your neck, have you screaming, that whole 9 yards. So any last messages for pal number 2? Let's find out. Okay. They would love to romance you, to see the stars with you, to wake up next to you. They would love to go out to the lake with you and just spend the night under the stars, talking, playing with your hair, having you cuddle. Just more romantic. Okay, so that's what I have for pile number 2. Please do hit that like, share, comment, subscribe if you like these type of readings. Thank you. Moving on. Moving on to pile number 3. Our red. Pile number 3, red. So for pile number 3, what turns us on about the pile number 3? Pile number 3. What turns us on? I'm taking this one. Okay. So I feel like for some of you guys, your sun turns us on. This could be someone that you know, maybe not. Also, I get like when you're vulnerable, that's a real turn off, because they could feel like they're really masculine or in their masculine energy, and that they can help. They want to be supportive. When you are crying, this could be also a turn on. Tears could be a turn on, because they want to comfort you. If you allow that, that could just really make them feel like just strong and powerful, that they're going to come to your rescue. I know that's stereotypical, but in this read, I've never gotten tears before, and in this read, it seems like that's a thing. So the more vulnerable and open you are, and sort of like that energy, they want to make it better, and they want to kind of want to like suck your pain away. You thought I was going to say something else, didn't you? Pile number 3, naughty of you. Okay, so let there be closeness between you, but always give each other space. Love never claims, it simply allows and gives. I don't know. Okay, I'm just going to keep my comments to myself. Anyways, so for red, pile number 3, what turns us on about being? Let's find out. Okay. So your female genitalia, just the thought of seeing you naked, seeing you shaved, seeing you blossom with blood rushing to your Netherlands. I'm like, who even listens to this? Who even talks like this? Apparently I do. So they could be really fantasizing, and it turns them on to think about you really getting hot, getting wet for them, growing in your desire. Like the more excited that you get, the more excited that they get, and it turns them on. You could have really gorgeous hair, dark hair. You could be a little bit also on the emotional side again, a little bit like maybe you cry after you climax or something like that, or in their mind you do anyways. So reflection. Give each other some space at the moment and trust and have faith that all will work out for the best. So very feminine energy. I feel like the way you speak really inspires them, and your third eye, the fact that you can see things that other people cannot, the fact that you see things so differently, makes them really excited and turns us on. And so I know that sounds like really weird and different, but that's what it is. You could also, some of you like to wear or like flowers, or like to wear clothing with flowers on them. Some of you guys have an affinity for butterflies, or you like to garden and you like to grow things. And that to them is just really incredibly beautiful and sexy. Okay, so for pile number 3, what is sexy about you? What turns us on about you? Okay. So the moon, so they have all sorts of different ideas. I heard nefarious thoughts about you, but this could be just about even having, I don't know, like for some people, swingers, it could be people sharing partners, sharing your wife, husband, girlfriend, boyfriend, all of that thing. And being able to experience that with somebody else, or having other people like watch you be intimate. I don't know what's going on here, but I think that maybe even they might even be a little bit more confused. Like they don't even know where to start when they really start thinking about it. It's like I don't think they make it that far. Yeah, I'm just gonna say it like that. You know what that means. Okay, what else? What else turns us on about pile number 3? Let's find out. I'm going to be known as a smut reader if I'm not careful. All right, the stars. Las estrellas. Woo. So you bring a lot of healing, a lot of, I think they want to like pull your hair back so they can see your entire neckline. To be able to get like a really good idea, looking at your waist, looking at your body, looking at your butt, that whole 9 yards even. I think hot wax would do something, like you pouring hot wax on them would be something that would be really of interest. Please hold. All right. And so for some of you, what turns us on about you is the idea of making love, having sex, whatever, outdoors. Again, going camping, going out on your balcony, maybe even like in the car or unusual places at the park. Maybe even you using like that hot candle wax on them. They love your face. They want to see all of your face when you guys are intimate together, or that's what they're thinking about. They would like for you to ride them. I'm like, ride or die. That's what I heard. Yeah. So what else? What turns them on about you? Let's find out. I'm going to take in this. All right. So I think you are. There are like some features that are really delicate about you that they just really love. Like you're really super feminine, really girly. You could like to wear flowing things. I think that you carry yourself really, really well. I think that you, even when you eat, maybe if you know this person, you're like, wow, look at her mouth. Like, I can't even believe that. It'd be a really big turn on. Again, feet is being referenced here heavily. So they want to see your bare feet if they've never seen them before. They want to see you in a dress, not even necessarily naked, but they want to be able to see your legs. It could be a leg man, leg woman. So this again, is a universal read. Male or female, it doesn't make a difference. I'm going to have to charge my phone because my battery's dying. All right. And so for pile number 3, sorry about that. My battery died, so I had to make some adjustments. And so what turns them on about you is just the thought of like looking at your legs, looking at you like half dressed, or being just really comfortable. Like you don't even care if your skirt hikes up, that kind of a thing. And they would love for the chance to be able to look at your legs. If you are partnered, that is their favorite part about seeing you. When you come home, kick off your heels, kick off your shoes, and you just like want to sit down and take a breather. They love seeing you like that. That's just super sexy to them. And so what else do we have? Let's get some other messages here for pile number 3. Pile number 3, what turns us on about me? Let's find out. Okay. So you have the ability, well, your butt, first of all, turns us on about you. But also, as light as you seem, kind of like airy, a little bit like a fairy energy, you could be somebody that you're like, okay, if I don't, you know, if this isn't for me, I'll walk away. I'm okay with that too. So you are independent and they see that. But when you turn to them, it makes them feel like stronger, more masculine, more in control, more like a caretaker. So even if it's a girl-girl relationship, it could be like, okay, I'm taking care of my girl. That's my girl, that kind of a thing. Or a guy, whatever the case may be, all right? So what turns us on about you? Pile number 3. What turns us on about me? Yeah, again, just being in a state of half-dressed, being able to just, I think, even kind of grab you or touch you when you're having dinner or visiting parents or visiting friends or out having drinks, things like that. Just having the ability to just be intimate in a way that no one else notices, or they think that they don't, that no one else notices. And so they would love the opportunity to be able to grab your boob, things like that, turn them on. Lacy panties, frilly panties. See, I told you, like the real girly, feminine clothing is really hot to them. So way you dress. What else turns us on about you? Let's find out. Your butt. We want to get a good look at your butt when you get up and go to grab something or go to the restroom or anything. We're looking at your butt. That's what's up. Okay? So they imagine all sorts of things. They love the size, they love the shape, they love your skin, the texture of your skin. If they've never seen your butt before, they think about it. What else turns us on about you? Pile number 3. Let's find out. And your boobs. Want to see your boobs? So we want to lay on your lap and look up to you and realize that you are focused on no one else but us. They want you to, well, they fantasize about you. Maybe some of you guys, they fantasize about you kind of like exposing your nipples and them suckling them, and maybe even role playing and pretending that you are actually breastfeeding them. Maybe you are, I don't know. Different things for different people, right? What else turns us on about me? Pile number 3. Let's find out. Okay. And again, we had this in the last reading. What could be really sexy and turns us on about you is, I feel like actually in this case, maybe even like having makeup sex is, this sounds like kind of all across the board, but like maybe getting in a fight and having some words and then feeling sad. So a little bit like the emotional roller coaster is an adrenaline thing. That this person, these people could be adrenaline junkies. Like they want to rescue you 1 minute, they want to fight with you, and they want to have makeup sex with you. So what else? What else turns us on about you? That card's sticking out. Okay. So just sheer emotion. Sheer emotion, the ability to walk towards you, watching you walk towards them. That would be really hot to them. The fact that you are kind of an emotional creature, or they view you as emotional, that is really sexy and appealing to them. You could be viewed as romantic as well, and that could be hot to them as well. And almost like even this flame literally just went out during this reading, and so I wonder, it's almost like because I mean typically water puts out flame, right? Or candle wax in this and so I just wonder that if like your emotions just kind of turns them on. Not even the fact of necessarily all the time you getting excited, but you just being emotional, like whether it's excitement or talking about things that you really love and being exuberant, things like that. So emotion doesn't always have to be tears, but you being in this vibration of, gosh, I'm really excited about this, whether you love football or baseball or whatever the thing is. For example, I'm really excited about the game and I can't believe it, and all this stuff, and I got tickets, and the idea of sharing that with you is just an incredible turn on. Okay, so that's what I have for you, pile number 3. If you like this reading, please do give me a like, share, comment, subscribe, and I thank you so much for spending this time with me, and namaste.